The Philippine Army consists of 11 infantry divisions, which spread throughout the Philippines archipelago. One of these is the Army Artillery Regiment, that obtains a handful of howitzer cannons and other pieces of artillery in the past. Currently, the Philippine Army artillery inventory, which is mostly smaller 105 mm. It has the role to provide support to other arms in combat or to attack targets, particularly in distance. During the Battle of Marawi, the Army Artillery Regiment used the 105 mm artillery in their inventory at that time, and executed the much-needed standoff attacks, effective in softening targets, and provided protective fires for distressed troops. With these challenges, the Philippine Army is facing in a continuous campaign against communist and secessionist insurgents. It leads the Philippine Army to embark on the acquisition of modern and big gun artillery systems, to improve its capabilities and increase its firepower delivery in support of ground forces. One of these is the acquisition of Atmos 155 mm Howitzer Self Propelled System, which is the latest acquisition program that focuses on mobility and firepower. This project appears to be a follow-on to the improvements provided by an earlier acquisition project, involving the delivery of additional Soltum 155 mm towed howitzers for the Philippine Army's Artillery Regiment. In this video, we will look at the process of how the Philippine Army chose the 155 mm Howitzer Self-Propelled System, looking at how much it cost, how many batteries and mobile firing units will there be, but more importantly, we will look at what it is capable of, and see the firepower and technology it brings to the Army Artillery Regiment, and when we could see it in action.
Mark the near 330 for 62 low 665.
301 Freedom Marshal, case for your recovery, CV1 approach, expected final bearing 331, altimeter 3001. 301 Marshal 170, 24 Angels, Niners.
The Philippine Army has been pushing for the acquisition of a 155 mm self-propelled howitzer system for decades. It was in 2013 that the Philippine Army has become vocal about such plans, but this failed to gain traction due to a lack of funding from the national government. The Philippine Army adjusted their procurement programs according to the budget on hand, taking out the planned acquisition of 155 mm wheeled self-propelled howitzer as part of the measures. But in 2018, President Duterte made an in-principle approval of the budget for modernization program worth 300 billion pesos, which includes the acquisition of at least 12 units, or two batteries of 155 mm self-propelled howitzer system, with a proposed approved budget of contract of 2.3 billion pesos. Originally, the Atmos 2155 mm self-propelled systems was what the Philippine Army was interested in buying. But they also evaluated Nexter Systems KSAR 155 mm wheeled self-propelled howitzer, which is in service with several of the Philippines' regional neighbors, like Indonesia and Thailand, and competes directly with the Israeli Atmos 2000. The Philippine Army Technical Working Group evaluated the two systems and found that the Atmos 2000 was better in terms of performance, maintenance, and pricing. Also, it has support from the Israeli Ministry of Defense, and the Philippine Army gains to benefit from technology transfer in localized support for the self-propelled howitzer systems and supporting equipment. After passing the post-qualification inspection last December 2019, and final negotiations on the deal's contract terms and conditions and final pricing, the Department of National Defense has finally released the notice of award for the 155 mm howitzer self-propelled system for the Philippine Army to Israel's Elbit Systems Land and Sea Fry, with an agreed contract price of around 2.3 billion pesos. The Atmos 2155 mm is mounted on a 6x6 or 8x8 truck and weighs 22,000 kilograms. The system is transportable in a medium transport aircraft like the C-130 Hercules and does not require heavy equipment transporters to relocate over long distances. The Atmos 2000 designed for a crew of 2 to 6 personnel, a driver, commander and an additional 3 to 4 crew members, along with all personal equipment and small arms, and can fire in an automatic loading system or semi-automatic loading system. This vehicle is combat-proven and operational across the globe, with modular cabin protection level, and with rapid deployment shoot and scoot tactic. Modular onboard projectiles and charges. It is capable of indirect firing up to 8 rounds per minute, and direct firing day and night. Equipped with modern information and communication system called the C4I system, already in service on Philippine Army Modern Land Forces. This will give mission success hinges on the ability to process growing volumes of tactical data. This means networking different units on the move. C4I systems open up new horizons for land forces, with new capabilities like shared situational awareness and decision support. Using the advanced communication C4I system, target information was then supplied by a surveillance patrol or by a forward observation officer to the Atmos 2000 unit. It can move to the firing location quickly, and when the firing position site is confirmed, the 2 large hydraulically operated stabilization spades will lower at the rear of the vehicle on either side. The computerized advanced fire and control system fitted on the Atmos 2000 includes navigation, aiming and ballistic computation system. The automatic fire and control system displays the target information, and the gun with hydraulically operated will position to the correct traverse and elevation and lays the weapon on the target. The crew can also use the firing control system manually and can fire the first round within 30 seconds. Now let's see the shoot and scoot capability. It can fire 6 rounds in less than 2 minutes. The shoot and scoot capability is an artillery tactic of firing at a target, and then immediately moving away from the location from where the shots were fired to avoid counter battery. It has a multiple round simultaneous impact capability and fire up to 5 rounds and have them impact the same location at the same time. It uses all NATO standard 155mm ammunition. The Atmos 2000 variant that the Philippine Army chooses is 50 caliber, and with a maximum firing range of 41 kilometers and more than 50 kilometers using rocket-assisted ammunition, and can fire 3 burst rounds within 15 seconds, or can fire 15 intense rounds within 3 minutes, and able to sustain a barrage of firing more than 80 times in an hour. Compared to the current Philippine Army artillery inventory smaller 105mm, the Atmos 2000 155mm system has large ammunition and explosive power, long range, and higher capability. The Elbit system's land and C4I will use base truck platforms from Germany's MAN trucks, with an operational range of 483 kilometers and a maximum road speed of 100 kilometers per hour. It also has a better service support network in the Philippines. The Philippine Army's Army Artillery Regiment has also activated 2 new field artillery batteries. The 1st and 2nd Field Artillery that will handle the operation and sustainment of this new equipment. Both batteries will be under the 1st Field Artillery Howitzer Battalion, and expected to be activated on or before 2024. The Department of National Defense has also signed the contract for the project with Elbit Systems Land and Sea for I. In late January 2020, it means the completion of the delivery of the entire contract is now in April 2022, and this is well within the administration of President Duterte, which has been trying to prioritize projects that would deliver within his term. But it is expected that at least 1 battery worth of the artillery systems will arrive before December 2021, based on Elbit's history delivery on previous projects. With the Atmos 155mm wheeled self-propelled howitzer system entering the Philippine Army inventory soon, this will surely improve the capabilities and increase its firepower delivery in support of ground forces.